Wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie P all day. So today I am bringing you a knife. Well, kinda. I don't actually have the knife. It's not with me per se, but it kinda is. In a little way, it is. I don't have this one, so I can't test it. If one happens to come my way, I will gladly test it because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's awesome. Um, I would love to say that I designed it, and I almost did, and it's going to sound weird, but I'll explain it. I have to give this one like hats off. Hats off to the Khukuri House. The Khukuri House in Nepal, KHUKURI House. The Khukuri House, KHHI Nepal. Amazing. They did something over there recently that just blew me away, and I want to show it to you. So this is how I found out. Brother of the Blade, extreme brother of the Blade, Paul Myers, just sent me a text message. He got a hold of me, and he's like, dbad, you got to check this out. So I'm like, all right, show me. And he sends me a picture from something from the Khukuri House, and I was like, damn. And I'm thinking to myself, that looks pretty badass. And there's a reason. And I said to him, I said, you know what that looks like? It looks like if the dbad Mission 3 and the dbad OEF Defender had a baby. And it's more Mission 3 than this, but the streamlined look of this really caught me on the knife that I'm about to show you. But it's almost this blade exactly. Almost, and I'll get into that. And I really, really wish I had one here because it's one of those, I didn't design it, but I should have type designs because it's that awesome. It's like, why didn't I put this together? But the boys over at the Khukuri House, they're always changing the game. They're always doing the right thing. I freaking love it. So I'm going to flip around this camera and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, hold on. Oh, that was a picture. All right, so check this out. So I told Paul, I was like, wow, man, that really looks like if the Mission 3 and the OEF had a baby. And it was funny to him because it's actually the Mission 3 blade. He even, I don't know if I can shrink it. There we go. It says, how does this fusion look? We have added the handle to our popular Scourge Kukri to the dbad Mission 3 Rambo knife. And what they did is they extended the blade out just a little bit. So they gave it a little bit more length in the blade. And instead of the handle, let's take it out. Instead of the handle of like a typical, well, this is way better than a Rambo 3 handle, but that style of grip, they went with that style of grip with their Scourge grip, which is a very popular selling kukri. That is one of their in-house designs. So you can see the Rambo 3 blade. You can see the Rambo 3 blade. And I can't tell, but it almost looks like instead of a deep fuller, it looks like a big fat chira in the middle. I can't really tell, but I have to say that this is in the raw state. That's not a finished knife. I could tell because of right here. You can see it's still raw and it's unfinished. So I can't wait for this thing to be finished to be able to look at it. But that thing is awesome, man. That thing is awesome. And they say, how does this fusion look to you? But if it's not a produced knife yet, that means it doesn't have a name. I'm saying right now, Khukuri House, you should literally call that the fusion. You asked a question, and in the question, you have the perfect name. I would absolutely call that the fusion from the Khukuri House. I think that is one badass piece. And if you are ever going to take one of my blade designs and put it on one of your handles, this is the way to do it because you guys smashed it. This is a knock out of the park type thing. I really, really wish I had this knife here. Oh, I gotta say, that Paul Myers, thank you for showing me that. I hadn't seen that yet. but to know, like, this right here is just amazing. This feels great in the hand. When I sent them this, they absolutely nailed everything about it. The grip is everything. The blade is a little bit bigger than the original. There's no goofy cutout slot, and the handle is an actual usable handle that's true full tang, which separates itself from the original Rambo 3 knife. This thing is just way better. Plus, it does have a sharpened swedge, and that is not a chip, that is dirt. You can see it's not on the other side. I've just got a little stain on there from using it. But this thing is just an absolute beast. So to take this blade and shove it on that grip, even though this grip is great, I have to say, man, I really like that. I love the fact that it has like a really generous finger well right here. It's got the scourge, and I have to say the handle on that handle, the scourge handle on that blade, looks way better than it does on the actual scourge kukri. I think that looks gorgeous, just gorgeous. Man, they absolutely nailed it. So if you are on Facebook with KHHI, they may have posted it there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they posted it. I haven't even looked yet. But get on their feed and say, "Yup, you guys need to make that one. It is awesome." I think they did they even got all the way. The ricasso is the same. Everything is the same. The only thing different, I believe, is just a little bit of length added, and they went from fuller to possible chira, and it looks amazing. I mean, I don't have to convince you. I just showed you, but holy mackerel, that blade is gorgeous. So I'm really excited for the Khukuri House, because the things they've just turned so many corners, doing all kinds of stuff. I sent them a while back. I sent them this is early on. I sent them a design for a tomahawk that I wanted done with a sharpened ridge, sharp all the way around with a spike in the rear. And at the time, they weren't doing hawks. They didn't have the ability to do a single piece. They could have done a head, but not a single piece. And now they just did one. Kind of looks almost exactly the same, and they just were able to make one. And now I'm thinking, I don't know, we might have to get together, because if they can make a hawk, that should be back on the table, because I know a lot of people would love a dbad hawk from the Khukuri House, and the one that they did looks, I mean, it looks a lot like it. So I'd have to change it up now, because I wouldn't want to, even though I put out that design a long time ago, I wouldn't want to do something they already did. But holy Moses, man, the hawk that they did, really good, really good. And this new blade, I mean, these guys are famous for their kukri. They're the greatest kukri makers in the world. They are military providing kukris. They provide their kukris to military personnel, which means they have to go through all this crazy testing. So, I mean, you just have to be good. But the fact that they've expanded, and the fact that during COVID, they lost a bunch of smiths for the sickness and all these other restrictions. They lost people, and some knives went out that people had problems with, and they got pissed off, and they, well, once COVID, I mean, that's over. That's gone. The stuff, you aren't seeing videos or people turning back knives and saying, "Hey man, this came out faulty." Not a single. There hasn't been another dbad blade that came back since that time. He has just master smiths making the dbad blades, and I would assume he's putting out stuff like that. Those same people are doing those blades, because that thing is a miracle on ice right there, man. That is sweet. So congratulations, Khukuri House. That is beautiful. I can't wait to see the finished product. If one should happen to make it this way, I won't be afraid to test it. But golly, that is so nice. So nice. Anyway, lots of really cool things to look forward to. They are expanding. They're getting better. Khukuri House is just on the rise. I'm really excited for these guys. That's it for this one. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next video.